What's up, everyone? Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be testing to see if you can beat Diamond League players with a 5-worker start disadvantage. I'm going to start by playing against a Platinum. If we win, we play against a Diamond. And even then, we're going to keep going. We might even end up playing a Grandmaster. Let's begin. First game of the day is against a Platinum Protoss player. Now, I could have probably taken some time to make a special mod or ask someone to make it for me where I spawn with 5 less SCVs. But I thought it would be fun to just kill them myself at the start of the game, which is very stupid, I know. But I'm very curious how this is going to play out, guys, because it actually feels funny. If you're looking like I'm doing my camera hotkeys, so you can hear a freaking brawl going on in the background. Okay, these two, let's see who's going to win. Is it going to be Billy or Bob? Oh, Billy takes the dub. Now I guess I'll kill this one as well. Now, I do always have to start a little bit of a league lower, sometimes a couple leagues before where I actually want to end up with the challenge. And the main reason for that is that I need to feel how this is going to go, because I have genuinely no idea how bad this is going to be. Like, 5 workers at the start is a lot. Like, I know I've played with a bunch of handicaps throughout my YouTube career, but yeah, 5 work, like, I basically just gutted my economy in half at the start. Like, I'm going to do everything so much slower. Typically with these challenges, I kind of have Grandmaster as a goal, and I feel like we can get there. But with this one, I'm really not convinced, to be honest. Now, I did put one rule. It's the same one as in the 1v4 challenges. And that is that they can't worker rush me, because that would obviously be incredibly lame, right? If I have 7 workers against 14 or whatever, how many they're going to have, that's not going to be the most exciting gameplay of all time. Against a Platinum player, I might be able to clutch it out by hiding my SCVs and somehow getting a Reaper out, whatever. But that's not really the kind of games I'm looking for this experiment. Now, I feel like Evans going for a Scout would be pretty psycho, because I'm just incredibly poor, right? Like, should I even go for a Scout? It would be fun if I knew my timings a little better so I could tell how late this barracks is. I think a Reaper usually finishes at about 2 minutes, I think. I could be off there, but I think it finished at about 2 minutes, which means that my first Reaper should be delayed by about 30 seconds already, I believe, which is quite a lot. Or was it 25? It doesn't really matter. Now, I guess I will make my command center on the high ground for this first game. Hopefully it's not the only game, because I don't know how fast I can get attacked, and I think my Scout is going to be a little bit too late to tell me. Actually, looking at my okay, we're chrono boosting warp gate too, huh? Okay, this looks a little vicious what we're going up against. It's actually sick. I can drop my mule and probably even make my reactor before putting down the command center. Now, it does look like our opponent's playing a little cheesy, so I'm gonna play extra careful. Now, I was already gonna make the CC on the high ground, but now I know that it's a good decision as well, which is great. I'm not gonna be able to block that base, sadly. That would have been nice. And now I'm just gonna send this back. I wonder if I could... Let's see, the Zealot's going to keep chasing me. I can wall this off. This is all a mind game, by the way. Actually really like this, because the unit from the gateway is going to finish anyway. Oh, that's actually unfortunate RNG. Oh, he had another Stalker already. Oh, dude, I completely forgot about the horrible timing. In my head, I was like, wait, there's a Zealot already? Okay, so there's going to be Stalker out soon. Dude, I completely forgot that obviously they were going to have an extra gateway unit. That's pretty hilarious, not going to lie. I was like, okay, this eBay is going to distract him, and I'll be able to run into his base and get a perfect Scout and maybe some probes, but yeah, that's not exactly what happened, unfortunately. Now, everything is just delayed by a lot. 3:30 in the game, I really don't feel like I have a lot. I can maybe not even really afford this second gas, because then I don't have enough minerals for the orbital or for the marines. Now, in this case, I'm going to choose the orbital over the marines, because the mules are just more important. I'm just going to keep making marines for now. I guess something like a Widow Mine drop would be quite nice. Like, I need to do some kind of damage to stop my opponent as well. That is obvious. This is not the kind of challenge where I could play just your most standard macro game ever. Like, I just don't think that's going to work. My opponent has a very scary amount of units, I have to admit. It looks like they're kind of just spamming a bunch of production facilities, and I'm a little unsure what to do about it. I think ideally, I'm going to take the opportunity now. I'm going to make a couple bunkers in front of my natural while keeping him at home with these Reapers, or just one Reaper rather. Okay, now I'm going to make 2 bunkers. This map is very small, but hopefully it's going to be enough. I'm going to have 1 Widow Mine as well. Guess I will borrow the Widow Mine at the front. The reason why I sound unsure about that is because if the Widowmine fires, it is gonna die after. And I really want to have my harassment, you know? Like, I don't actually want to trade this Widowmine for a Stalker. Normally, that would be a good trade. But now I actually do not want to do that. I'm going to be a little supply block on Widowmine number 3. Hopefully, that's not going to mess with my drop too much. But we did get our bunker up. Second bunker is going to finish as well, surely. So we should be fine here. I did see a Stargate there, which is a little strange. I'm not quite sure what's going to be happening with the Stargate, but... I think our Widowmine is going to be able to figure that one out, or our Widowmine drop, rather. Obviously, most of the credit there is going to go to the medevac. Oh, dude. Oh, I saw something on the minimap, but for some reason I looked in the wrong place. I thought I saw it where my medevac was dropping. That was probably just like pure panic. I thought I saw it where my medevac was going, and I was like, oh no, I just flew over a million Stalkers, didn't I? But thank goodness I didn't. Losing this medevac instantly would have been the most painful thing that could happen. So there's no third base yet. Opponents very clearly just spamming units on 2 bases. Going for tanks would be very nice. Now let's see if there's a reaction to the Widowmine drop. There is a reaction. Very good for my opponent, because otherwise that would have hurt. That Widowmine did kill 2 probes still, which is quite nice. Is that... That is an Oracle. So I suppose we're not going to lose our medevac just yet. It's a little risky. Oh, that's why I was supply blocked. It's a little risky to keep a medevac here against someone with a Stargate, but an Oracle was building. So I think there is a decent chance. Actually, I'll keep this one on the ground. There's a decent chance that I can get one more hit from these Widowmines, which would be really nice. Gonna upgrade Interference Matrix as well. Okay, I thought that was a Phoenix, but it's just a Revelation, so that's nice. I didn't see the Twilight Research, I believe, so there might not be Blink. Let's see if there's units ready here. There's no units ready. I mean, they are kind of close. Maybe I can shoot the Oracle instead. Yeah, the Oracle flew over 6 probes. Oh, that is actually disgusting. I didn't intend for that to happen at all, but the Oracle AFK'd over like 6 probes, so I killed the Oracle and the probes. That was literally the best shot on the Widowmines I could have had, or on the probes, which I could have had, which is really funny. So I think I killed another... I didn't see exactly how much the other Widowmine hit because I was so focused on the Oracle, but I think we probably killed at least 10 probes in total, plus an Oracle, and potentially even a gateway unit. Really just depends on where the gateway units stood. Like if my Widowmine shot the gateway units that were in the middle of the mineral line, then that is going to deliver us with another couple probes. And I feel like our timing is coming together pretty decently. I need to be able to get 2 medevacs out, and then I have a pretty good timing. This is just going to be a scout. I mostly just want to know if there's like a Robo or Templar. Okay, there's a Templar Archive, so that is the splash damage that I would like to hit before. Third base is ahead of mine, but that is to be expected from a Protoss. I definitely think after the Widowmine drop, and considering the build of my opponent does not look super efficient, that we should be completely back in the game now, and hopefully we can finish it before Storm comes out with a couple medevacs. I mean, I do have to imagine that I can out-micro a Platinum player when it comes to bio against Storms, especially since that's one of my specialties, but I do want to play the game as properly as possible. Now, since my opponent's units are still at home, I think I can move out on the map already. Normally, you don't really want to do this because of Blink Stalkers kiting your army for free, pretty much. But since my opponent's army is at home, that is not a concern at all. Let's see, there's a lot of chrono boost here. Slight macro mistakes. Now I'm back in the game. I can complain about my my opponent's macro mistake. Okay, Storm is building. I think we're just gonna send it, to be honest. Double forge as well. Okay, there's the army. It's really nice that I saw this. It would actually be quite nice. Yo, this is actually gonna be a 500 IQ bait. I'm gonna keep the medevac over there. So if the Stalkers go back into the main, like, I hope this is there. Oh, no, the army wasn't being F2. That would have been beautiful. Or maybe it was. Not quite sure. Thank goodness for these Ravens, by the way. I wanted to bait the Stalkers back into the main so I could siege the front pretty much. Oh, I almost walked into that stasis because I lost detection. Now, I don't see any High Templars. Even one High Templar could absolutely annihilate my army, but I don't see any. I do have to be careful because they could come from downtown, of course. Like, you never know when a Templar is hiding in a secret corner, but I don't see one yet. I'm going to drop a bunch of auto turrets, and that is going to be it. Lack of High Templars means there's nothing to deal with the high DPS of Bio, and that is going to be game number 1 going into my pocket. So what did I learn from this game? The start really does look very bad. Reapers might not be useful because they're just going to have so many units out already. but I still might make a Reaper. High ground CC is definitely a must. We're going to have to play a little safer than I normally would. But this was a really nice warm-up game. Nothing else to say. Let's play against a Diamond player. Game number 2 is against a Diamond League Terran, and this is going to be a very tough one. I think Terran, especially with early game Reapers and stuff, that sounds incredibly scary. Now, I always like giving the game a little bit of an intro, but the truth is, guys, I kind of have to focus to kill my SCVs at the start. Oh, you see, I was like already not mining with 3 of my workers. I made it even worse. Okay, I also misclicked a bunch of times. Now, I do think this is going to be very scary, especially when it comes to the early game, because Reapers and Hellions, I'm not quite sure what I can do against. Wait, let's see if I can time this perfectly so they kill each other. Probably not, right? Let's see. Get him, Bob. Oh, Billy won again, guys. It's messed up. All right, here we go. Oh, just quickly, by the way, guys, if you guys want to play in any of these challenges I've been doing with viewers, make sure to join the Discord from the description. That's where I get all the people from. Sometimes I see you guys comment like, can I play, please? Or something like that. You just join the Discord and select your league. And then I will just tag you at some point like, hey, I need 75 Diamond League players for a challenge. And then, you know, that's how it goes. It's very simple. Now, do I SCV scout this time? I am not convinced that is the right course of action. Like, I think I should probably go for a factory on 1 base anyway. Oh, this is actually a very tough decision, eh? Like, if I go for a factory on 1 base after this start, then I'm really just not going to have a freaking penny left, you know? I'm going to be extremely poor. You can see the timing of my gas now. It's probably like 40 seconds later than his or something. But if I don't go for double gas, how on earth am I going to survive anything? I think I'm going to try it. I'm really not so sure about this decision, to be honest, but we'll see how it works out. Gonna saturate this gas. I guess I will... I could try to scout with my Reaper. Is there anything that I really have to scout? Let's think about it this way. The only thing that I necessarily have to scout, in the sense that I wouldn't be able to win if I didn't, would be a proxy. So I think instead of scouting all the way to his base, I'm just going to check around my base quickly to see if I can find like a proxy marauder or something. I'll go here with the SCV to confirm that the minerals haven't been mined. Can always make like proxy marauder here or something. That would be extremely sneaky, by the way, but... Can't trust my viewers, guys. They play like me. Like, I'm not stupid, okay? If you guys watch my channel, I know the way you're most likely to play StarCraft. So I can't go for a reactor here because then I would 100% die to 2 Reapers. So I'm going to have to make a secondary Reaper here. And we did find a proxy. Okay, wait, it's a factory. Wait, if I can deny that, that would be freaking massive, actually. A factory proxy. Okay, so his Reaper must be like right here somewhere. I think I'm barely gonna kill it in time though. There we go. Okay, that is awesome. So now what I expect to happen is my... I know my viewers. Now what I expect to happen is for him to send another SCV and the Reapers. If it's Marines, I just need to stay there. That's it. Let's see, I'm gonna send my Reapers here. I got 2 Reapers now. I'm gonna make a reactor. It's 3 minutes and I still haven't started my command center, by the way, which is freaking crazy. Could also be going into my main base with Reapers, which would be quite smart. Now, it's actually so funny to play this because even despite this happening, I know that I'm technically still behind because my build is just actually that bad. 320 command center. This is like the kind of CC you make after going for a proper 1 base all-in, you know? Like, that's how late this freaking command center is. Now, I could go for Reactor Cyclone. Oh, is that 2 SCVs? Or just 1? Oh, I think he's not going to finish it, right? No, he's still not going to finish it. I wonder where the units are. Like oh, there they are. You could have used those to guard his SCV. This way he's going to lose both Reapers. I think can actually get up there in time. I think with the micro, I should be able to kill this. I'm not going to be able to stop. Let me, there's a grenade. There we go. Beautiful. And the micro is fine so far. We did lose 1 SCV, but that is also not the biggest deal ever. Let's just make sure. The factory canceled by now. The factory is still up. Like, the best part about this is if he used the Reapers to guard his SCV to make that, he probably would have built it. But now, since I feel like it's even worse for him that I scouted it late rather than early, because now he's consistently trying to finish it. And now it's just wasting his money, right? Like, he could have canceled that ages ago. I think at some point he might still be able to finish it. Maybe if he goes there with like 2 cyclones or something. But I feel like the amount of resources that has soaked up from him, that's pretty crazy. Imagine if he... Wait, I saw an SCV, right? Yeah. You can't get by me, my friend. You're gonna need units for that. He's dancing the SUV. He knows that I got him good. Okay, let me keep this SUV here so I don't walk all the way to the main base for another trip. Is he gonna try? Oh no, he canceled it finally. Okay. There we go. I was gonna say I kind of want to leave to go to his base, but now I really don't want him to finish that freaking factory. You know. Okay, what unit do I go for now, guys? Banshees, Ravens. There's a lot of options here. Medevac is also a pretty good choice. Actually, I have a cool idea. I haven't seen anyone do this, but I'm gonna... So one problem I have with making Ravens these days is that the interference matrix upgrade takes 57 seconds. So you always have to make like a couple Ravens by default. Now there's no command center here, which means it's either in his main or he's doing something absolutely crazy. Okay, so it is in his main. Could still be doing something crazy, but it doesn't look like... Oh, God, wait, he went for so many Reapers. Why didn't you protect your SCV all this time? Oh no, Racklock. I mean, I love creativity, but he could have built that factory so long ago because he made so many Reapers. He would have been able to stop it all this time. He does have a bunch of factories. I think I might as well get in here and kill SCVs because I'm making tanks behind it anyway. I guess I don't really need the medevac anymore. Like, I know this seems a bit suicidal, but the thing is, he's building probably like 4 Cyclones or something at once. An attempt was made indeed, but this was not the right attempt for the challenge, unfortunately, and there we go. Now, this to me is not necessarily proof that you can always be Diamond Leaguers with a 5 SCV disadvantage, because the start was obviously massive, but it does still seem with the decision-making and making, like, maybe like the most cautious decisions or... the most calculated decisions, I guess, like really scouting for the proxy. That actually saved my life, so I'm going to keep playing like that. But rules are rules. We beat a Diamond. Let's go up against a Masters player. The third game is against Garfield, a Masters Protoss. And this is quite the jump in MMR from the last game. I think at least 1,000, if not 1,500 MMR higher. And so far... just to be honest, I haven't been too confident in how the builds look. Like, it's been looking a little rough. Like, I don't... Like, the units I have, the supply I have, is just so freaking low. Now, there are a couple adjustments that I feel like I could make. And the first one is that I can not make my supply depot right away. Like, I already figured out a couple optimizations that I can do. First, let me kill Billy, or was it Bob? I don't remember who won this time. So what I noticed in the last game, or in the TVP game, or actually, did I notice it in both? I already forgot what I did against the Terran, because the game was so weird. I guess I played double gas, right? Yeah, I played double gas. So if you make the supply depot at 100 minerals, like my eco is 5 SCVs worse, what happens is you can't afford to make the refinery right after the barracks anyway, which in turn means that you can't even build the Reaper as soon as your barracks is finished. So it doesn't matter if you rush a depot. So here I got a bunch more trips. I started the depot when I had about 200 minerals. And that is going to make my economy flow a little bit better. Now, this map is a lot bigger than the map in the first game. This is Golden Arrow. The first game was on Ghost River, I believe. And actually, I'm going to try something a little experimental here. This is going to be cool. I'm going to make the barracks over here. And then I'll make the refinery right away. Now, I did forget what I was going to say because this probe scout caught me off guard a little bit. What was I talking about again? I mean, I had a lot to talk about, so it doesn't really matter, but I don't really like losing my train of thought usually. But I do think I have to skip the Reaper. I think that's probably the point that I was trying to make. I do have to skip the Reaper, I think, because on Ghost River, I could tell how many units my opponent had by the time I had a Reaper. And it was just way too much. Like, I feel like there was absolutely no chance. Like, if I played against like a Grandmaster Protoss, for example, I would die to 1 Zealot and 1 Stalker. Like, literally, I would die. Because it's just, I just don't have enough stuff. Now, this is the experimental thing that I want to try. Is that I built my barracks over here, which looks like a very funky position, right? And the reason why it's there is because I don't really have enough money to wall with the typical building, supply depots and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I put the barracks here so I can perfectly wall with my command center. I think this is going to be very nice. Hopefully I didn't leave a freaking spot here. I don't think there is a spot, but sometimes when you try these new walls, you never know. Excuse me. And I do also have to make a bunker right away because units would just destroy me instantly. I think the bunker is going to be here. This is a slightly risky move Mostly because in a death canard, dude, it's freaking 245, and I'm just starting to bunker. Like, God, this build is so freaking rough. Like, it's actually, it feels so bad. I have absolutely nothing. I do have a little bit of a plan to deal some damage. I'm gonna make these 2 Marines, and then actually, should I make the factory first? I think I'm gonna make the factory first here, and then I will make 2 Reapers instead of 2 more Marines. I think that is a pretty good idea because Reapers he might not expect. And then if he doesn't have any units at home at all, I might be able to grab like 5+ probes and at least get back into the game a little bit. Now, you notice that even things like... I didn't even notice that he sprayed a GG here. It probably is GG, to be honest, I know. A 4500 MMR Protoss doesn't sound like something I'm going to beat losing 5 SCVs at the start. Maybe there could be some kind of competition to figure out a build and how you can beat like grandmasters playing like this, you know. But I guess we'll see. I'm not gonna give up until we are fully dead, of course. Now, it does feel weird to talk about that when it doesn't even feel like something's happened, but you know, we know that a lot has happened. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of an example here of how bad this is. If you guys have watched my videos before, or TVP at pro level, you know that there is a very, very annoying build called 4-Gate Blink. 4-Gate Blink hits with 10 Stalkers and a Prism, roughly, at about 5 minutes. And this is 4:15, and I have 4 Marines. That sounds about... I think that's a pretty good explanation of how freaking tough this is. Anyway, I think it's actually going to work. It looks like my opponent didn't count on the Reapers. His units are probably in front of my base. Could also be in the main base, of course, but it looks like they're in front of my base. Okay, so there's a bunch of Oracles over here. But actually, this might be pretty good for me here. This is like the only thing that I was ready to counter, to be honest. So I'm pretty happy with this. These Reapers are going absolutely ham right now. I do have another Widow Mine over here. Please, can I not lose that one? Oh, no, I think I'm going to lose that Widow Mine. I need to... Wait, did he... Oh, no, I thought he didn't kill it for a second, so I am going to lose my units here. And despite me defending this really as well as I could, to be honest, it doesn't really look like we're going to be in a livable position after this. I think there's only one thing that I can do, guys, and that's just send everything I ever make across the map. Because if I don't, I just can't do enough damage to get back into the game. Like, that's the thing. So he's going to see the Widow Mine here. Oh, he's actually going to sacrifice the Oracle, interestingly enough. He's almost out of energy, so I don't have to worry too much more about what these are going to do. I'm going to click the Reaper over there. Let me try to mine gas again. I should be roughly fully saturated on this base. And then I'm going to have this... Should I go for the main? I think going for the main is a decent idea. I have a Viking on the way as well. Gonna send this Widow Mine into the third base. Like, I really have to do some freaking crazy stuff to get this game back to a playable state. Like, just everything has to go across the map. He is gonna lose a lot of probes here, which is very nice. I got the Reaper in the third base as well. The micro has looked pretty good. He is going to take care of the medevac. I'm going to target pros with this one. You target pros as well, you silly goose. And then I was thinking about going for Cloak Banshees. I feel like Cloak Banshees could be one of the only things that I can catch him off guard with, especially because he's playing Oracle. Got a Widow Mine into his third base. Now, we are definitely making plays happen, guys. We are 100% making a lot of plays happen. Is it enough? We are still not close, but I think I killed probably like 15 SCVs there or something crazy. So we'll see. I'm going to burrow this Widow Mine over here. I'm going to start building cloaks, save them for 2 Banshees, get a tech lab for tanks. And I mean, I'm actually really proud already of what we have done, because considering how this game looked just a little bit ago, this is all really pretty fantastic. Now, can I survive against someone with... Oh, let's see. The Widow Mine is going to pop off for sure. That's going to be nice. He's going to lose a couple more Oracles. It is going to lose that way. Maybe I can bait him into the Widow Mine. Check this out. Well, it doesn't even look like I need the Widow Mine, to be honest. He's just going to sacrifice for SCVs. That is fine with me as well. He did see me make the Banshee, unfortunately. So that is a little painful. This Widow Mine should be able to burrow. Actually, I guess it was a little damage from like 1 probe attack or something. Wait, am I wrong? No, Widow Mine should barely survive 4 adept hits, I'm pretty sure. Now, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to be able to survive the 8 gate or 6 gate or whatever attack he was doing. It could be 5 gates. I don't even know. But if it's Zealots or Blink, both of those things are going to be extremely hard to counter. I guess I'll I was gonna say burrow, land this Viking. That's how taxing this is for my brain. It's so freaking hard that I'm thinking about burrowing my freaking Vikings. I need to make a tank. If I didn't have gas for a tank before, but if I don't get a tank, I don't think I'm ever really gonna get out of the situation. These two Banshees have to do it all. The problem is, I think, exactly, there's a proxy Stargate right there. I was hoping it wouldn't be that close, to be honest. Now, he did lose his oracles, guys. If he didn't pay attention to the Banshees and he didn't make a robo or rebuild an oracle before I scouted there might be like an extreme amount of potential in these Banshees. Like, these Banshees could kill 40 workers or 0. Like, we're going to find out very soon what they're going to do. For now, it looks like it's going to be a decent amount. The recall scares me because that looks like it could be an observer. I didn't see an observer over those stalkers, I have to say. Oh, he does have a robo here, unfortunately. Now, I'm going to kill at least 10 probes. The observer is there already. I don't see it, so it might be towards the bottom. Let's see how many probes I can kill. Going to get a couple more, and then I'll fly over here. And then, okay, one of them is going to stay alive. That's pretty decent. How much damage did I do? Probably about 15 workers, which is really not bad. I'm going to go up to 3 ranks now. I mean, if I could draw this game out and camp forever, right, then we might be looking at a game that I could potentially win, but that is pretty far in the future. I think I can even send this Viking around. I don't think I'm necessarily going to need that Viking, but it can help me a lot. I wonder, what if I just max out on 2 base with mass marine tank? That actually really doesn't sound like a crazy idea. It doesn't sound like a typical good game plan, right? But in this case, that is maybe not a crazy idea at all. I like how it's 9:20, by the way. I mean, I had 92 supply. There's probably some people out there that think this is normal. At this time in the game, you can definitely be maxed out on a good army. In fact, you probably should be maxed out. So I think that does say a lot. Okay, I probably should move the rest of my tanks over here. I don't think I'm gonna die to this. Definitely not, I would say. But we'll see how much damage I take. My tanks were derping a lot, which is really annoying. Oh, I think we're looking at a bit of a rough blink there. Gonna kill a lot of stalkers. My Banshee sadly does fall. We do kill a lot of the units, but this actually annoys me a little bit because I don't think this was the best game plan by him to just try and brute force through tanks. But I was expecting it so little that it did kind of do more damage than I wanted it to do. I'm going to have to pull the SCVs now. This Viking is going to absolutely pop off as well for a while. You can tell he's a little bit distracted. Didn't move in with the stalkers right away, which is going to be quite nice for us. I think I might have to pull a couple more SCVs. I'm going to get a tank out finally. That tank is going to help a lot. Wait, that was actually still freaking alive somehow, which is crazy. Okay, there we go. Now I have a tank out. He's not going to want to blink on top of that. That's going to hurt him a lot if he does that. He's probably going to lose all or most of these stalkers, which is really nice. And now I have these 2 Banshees over here. I'm still building a tank. Trading for him is always going to be good. So that's one thing. I'm going to be able to kill the remainder of these probes now. And that's going to put us on, I'll call it a relatively similar economy, which is not true at all, but you know, I need to cling up to some hope a little bit, guys. Now that looks like it's just some stalker shooting. Oh, I am gonna lose a tank. Oh, that actually hurts a lot. I did really need that tank, and it looks now, since I lost that tank, we're not gonna be able to hold. We probably weren't gonna hold anyway, even if we had the tank, but you never know. He has enough stuff at home, and that is going to be a GG well played. And honestly, guys, I'm extremely proud of this game. Like, I know we lost, but I'm very, very proud. Like, you could see how freaking tough this was. Let me go back to like 4 minutes or so, just so we can look at what the state of the game was here, right? Because it's going to be pretty funny. 32 against 53 supply. We are 15 workers down. I have 2 Marines against 2 oracles, halfway through the 3rd one. 3rd base is already halfway. Well, my command center is not even in orbital yet. Yeah, is really, really bad. And we managed to draw it out to 11 minutes. And maybe if I was a little more perfect, maybe we even could have done it. Like if I maybe had like a couple tanks sieged here, kind of anticipating his front attack, that I think there's a very, very small chance. But our journey is going to strand at masses. And realistically, I think that's where it should strand, because this kind of game shouldn't be winnable. But I'm still very proud. Hope you guys enjoyed this challenge. If you did, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.